Tavion, you had more rushing yards than Stanford's entire team. I mean, what was working for you tonight?
First of all, I just want to say, man, I was just so happy to be out there with my teammates. My boys came to the game, and all the seniors, we all, wanted to be out there and perform for each other, play hard for each other, and that's all I was really worried about. I wasn't worried about like the carries or anything. I was just worried about finishing this thing, and playing with these guys right here.
How difficult have the last 6 weeks been, just trying to get everything straightened out and just get back to football?
It's been challenging, but you can't run from it. You got to attack it. And like I said, I got these great guys right here, and great support system here, and they got me back right slowly but surely. So right now, I'm just focused. Like I said, I'm ready just to get back with these guys and finish this whole season out, and try to repeat back to back for the championship.
You feel fresh that you had some time off during the middle of the season? You had some more speed out there tonight.
I won't say I feel fresh. That's my job. That's the thing I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to been doing it. And I couldn't do it without my teammate, my offensive lineman, tight ends, receivers, defense. They did their thing, and everything was just clicking. So it was good. Good energy out there,
What changed in the second half? It seemed like you guys it just clicked a little bit better that half.
Just cleaned it up, stop having some holding and stuff like that. Just anytime you set your offense back, it's going to be rough, and eliminated the mistakes, and things started to go our way.
Well, Jonah, obviously you guys had a great defensive night. You had 7 sacks total. I mean, what went into tonight's effort for you two?
Just preparation, Coach always emphasizes preparation, being prepared for the game, knowing what to anticipate and knowing how to react to it when you see it. So we just did a great job listening to our coaches throughout the week and putting in the work behind the scenes to be able to come out here and produce like that.
It feels like the defense has been playing at a higher level for the last 3 weeks. What do you attribute that to?
I mean, it's honestly just doing our job. Earlier in the season, a lot of the mistakes that were happening is guys were trying to make the big play or just not doing their assignment. And the last few weeks, we've really just honed in. You do your assignment, the plays will come to you.
Jonah, how do you feel like your game's grown from kind of the first game to this point?
Oh, a lot. I think I just got a lot more confidence, in, especially in my pass rush. But honestly, it's just like calling my brothers and my pops and them giving me advice, and they're always helping me out. So,
Cam, what are your thoughts on what you've seen from Nate Johnson and the role that he's fulfilled the last 2 games?
He's been phenomenal. I mean, anytime you can have a guy that can run that fast, self-proclaimed fastest guy on the team, of course, and he does a good job with the ball in his hands, makes smart decisions, and just has a good head on his shoulders, especially for a freshman. It's impressive to see.
For 3 of you, it could have been your last time playing in Rice Eccles. What was that experience like, just to be able to be out there?
I mean, great experience, coming here. I didn't really know what to expect, but I've definitely enjoyed every moment in that stadium. The fans, the atmosphere has definitely been special. So, it's been a fun ride with these guys, and we look forward to finishing it these next 3 weeks and taking what we came here to take.
Like you said, it's been fun. It's just been fun, man. Like I said, it's been a long journey. Man, like I said, great fan, great atmosphere out there, man. Just unbelievable, and I've never been a part of nothing like that. So it's pretty awesome, man.
Cam, what was it like seeing Logan get in the end zone tonight?
Oh, that was great. And anytime you can get the Rhino going downhill and run, get him in open space like that and get him the ball, he's gonna make a play. And yeah, just excited. I know the whole team was just up in atoms after that.
Cam, was this your last time playing in Rice Eccles? Do you know?
I believe so, yes.
Appreciate y'all.
Ready to roll? Okay, great effort by our football team. Weren't as productive and efficient as we needed to be in the first half, but in the second half we got things going and got control of the game completely in that third quarter and never looked back. Did another great job of rushing the football offensively. Tavion Thomas had a big game. It was great to see him in his last game here at Rice-Eccles get back to his old self, and that was something that really proud of him and glad that he's weathered the storm, I guess you could say. Cam had a good outing. We were very efficient offensively overall, over 500 yards. Defense played outstanding. Single-digit first downs. I think they got 8 or 9 first downs. Less than 200 yards rushing, so a lot of really good play by our defense. A bunch of sacks. I don't know how many sacks it was, but it had to be 5 or 6 at least. 7 sacks, so that's great production there. So really proud of our guys. Great to send the seniors and the guys that are going to be coming out, that still have eligibility, but are going to move on, and sending them out the right way. That was a big emphasis this week. Our guys took it to heart, and it was, like I said, just a great effort. So questions?
I know that you've kept things internal, but just the last 6 weeks with Tavion, just to get him back to this point where he's contributing like this, just what's it been like just trying to get him back to this point?
Well, it's for a while there, a couple steps forward, 3 steps backward. I mean, we had, there were some bumps in the road, but Tavion's in a good place right now, and really grateful that he continued to stick with it and fight through some of the issues that we're having, and we didn't give up on him either, and so that's about as much as I can go into it right there. But we're grateful that he's with us, and like I said, it was great to see him go out in his last game here at Rice-Eccles on such a positive note.
How essential was it tonight with all the injuries in the backfield to have him produce like he did?
Yeah, it was extremely valuable, and Mackay's battling some injuries, and he's not at full strength. You can probably see that when he plays. He's not his usual self. He gave us great production tonight and did some really good things. And then our 2 younger backs were pretty banged up, and so having Tavion tonight was just what we needed to give us a spark.
Dalton, was it more just to get him on the field for his last time at Rice-Eccles, or how do you feel like he was health-wise?
Dalton Kincaid, good enough to play. The medical staff had completely cleared him. We wanted to get him back in the flow. It wasn't play him just to let him have some reps in his last game. He wanted to play, and he contributed, not as usual, but I think you'll see him take a big step forward next week and become more of a factor than much like he's been all season long, with the exception of these last few weeks.
It seems like the defense is playing at a higher level over the last 3 games. What do you attribute that to?
First of all, great preparation by our guys. That defense studies film constantly. They a lot of times they know what's going to happen before the ball's snapped. I mean, they study so much film and put themselves in such good situations. That stems from their coach, Morgan Scally, their coordinator, and the assistant coaches on the defensive side do a phenomenal job, and all our staff. I couldn't be more proud, pleased, grateful for the staff that we have. They're a bunch of excellent football coaches. They're coaches that care about their players more than just the football field. They care about them in every aspect and facet of their lives. And when players know you care about them, they're going to play hard for you.
The Stanford offense had less yards than Tavion had rushing. I mean, how much does that say about your defense and being able to really progress over the season and be where they are today?
Yeah, our defense played outstanding, and we've had some weeks where we weren't quite as good, but those were really good offenses we played. I mean, it's not like you're going to just stymie everybody every single week. And when you when you look at our body of work as a whole defensively, it's very good. And we're number 1 in the league, and that's been we've been 1, 2, or 3 in the league for years and years, and that's a real. Speaks to the hard work and dedication of our coaching staff, their recruiting efforts, getting the right guys in here to develop, and that's been a I don't want to say tradition, but something that we've had very consistent performance on the defensive side of the ball.
Cam said that he believed that this was his last home game. Do you expect him to leave after this season?
That's the plan, as of now. But we're not focused on that right now. We're focused on this next game, but that's those guys that you saw get honored and recognized today. That's most likely their plan. There could be some changes. Nothing's set in stone with the guys that still have eligibility. We had 3 or 4 or 5 guys last year that went through the recognition process and then ended up coming back. And so our advice to those guys: if you think there's a good chance you'll be moving on, let's recognize you just in case. And if not, what harm is done. And then if you want to come back, great. We'll welcome them back.
Samote Pepa, he's had a couple of really big games in the last couple of weeks. What have you seen from him that you've liked so far?
Samote Pepa is really turning into a good football player. He was a little too heavy and not in great shape in years past, well, last year in particular. And this year he has really made a concerted effort to get himself, he's probably shed 35 pounds, and has much more quickness now and much more stamina. And he's just a young buck. I mean, he's got a lot of football ahead of him, and we kind of settled in about mid-season, that 3-tackle rotation with Junior Tafuna, Aliki Vimahi, and Pepa being that third guy.
Did Johnny Maia get hurt at some point, Kyle?
He could not finish. We'll have a further assessment tomorrow. Yep, Paul Miley was down as well, and so Coley, that's another thing I should mention. Coley played outstanding at center and came in, and we didn't miss a beat. And for his first experience as a Power 5 football player and first game experience of any extent, he'd been in a snap or two here and there, but they're very proud of Coley and what he did.
About the state of your offensive line with at the start of the season, you had so many guys playing out of position that feels like they're starting to settle in despite some of those injuries.
Yeah, I think we're in a good place, even though, like I said, we got some guys banged up, but we've had a lot of continuity and really good production with the O-line throughout the course of the season. And again, that's go back to their coach Jim Harding, who does a great job with those guys, and they respond well to him, and he's one of the best offensive line coaches in the country.
Walk us through that fake punt. It kind of set the tone for the first half or for the first quarter a little bit.
Yeah, we had 3 fake punts tonight dialed up, but we only got to the one. We only punted 3. We punted twice. The third time was the fake, being the third time we got in punt formation. But it's a built-in into the system. When we rugby punt, we roll out and rugby punt. If the punter feels that there's nobody forcing the issue and nobody coming up to contain the play, he has the green light to anytime he wants pull it down and give a go call to those shield members that are protecting him, and they just take off. And so he did that on his own, but it's coached, and it's part of the system. And if you remember Mitch Wisnowski, he did it several times when he was a player here. Haven't been as prevalent with it over the last couple of years, but Jack's a great athlete, and he saw it. And we saw it on film study that, hey, sometimes they don't play this correctly. And so he was exactly right in his decision and got the first down. And that was I think we went for four fourth downs in the first half and got them all. And that was big, because we could have gone out at halftime in not as good a shape if we were unsuccessful on those.
This is obviously still fresh and new, but any early thoughts on Oregon and just what's at stake next week?
Well, everything's at stake every week. I mean, we got our backs to the wall, and we've been in pressure games ever since we got beat by the Bruins, and our guys have responded. I guess the Bruins are getting beat right now. Has anyone got a final on that?
Arizona won.
Arizona won, so we're in pretty good shape right now, but doesn't matter. We got to win. No matter what happens, we got to win. We got to win. And so Oregon's an excellent football team. We'll get on them right away and start studying and have a good plan for them.
Have you seen the defense progress over the last few weeks, and how confident are you going into Oregon next
Yeah, defense has got some momentum right now. They're feeling pretty good about themselves. They've had some really good outings. And of course, tonight was one of the best of the season with the what they were able to limit Stanford to, and we're fairly healthy on the defensive side of the ball, so that's a positive. Knock on wood, but they're playing really well as a unit right now, and very few mental mistakes, very few missed tackles, and that's how you play great defense.